Hey Wilders! Last night was severe weather, but today is so pretty, so beautiful, so we just couldn't stand it. Now we're going to go to Timberlake Campground. It's only 11 miles from our house. We've never been there, but we're really excited, and yeah, should be fun. Take us to the Wildwood. Hi guys! We're in the camper, we're about to leave. This one is going to be a short ride, but should be fun. I'm gonna watch some short videos, but yeah. We're here, guys.
He just told us to pick a spot, any spot we wanted, and then just let him know what we got.
Huh. So we're gonna look around for some spots. Hey Wilders! So we get a lot of questions about what do you do with Chewie while you're sitting at the campsite, and we have found a way to keep him settled. We found that a lot of dogs will get very anxious when you're setting up the campsite or even when you're packing up the campsite, and this trick has worked for him. So we put him in on his dog bed, of course attached to his leash where he can't run off or get excited when somebody, you know, walks by or rides by. And while we're setting up, so he doesn't get so nervous and anxious, we give him a treat. In this case, it's a lamb bone, or a lamb ear, I should say. And he loves these treats, and he only gets them when we get here and we're setting up so that he doesn't feel so anxious. And it really helps calm him down.
Hey, Wilders.
Brownie right now. What up, Wilders? We're excited because tonight Daddy made chicken sandwiches. They're really good and they're healthy. Yum!
This is really good. That you can't buy, blah blah.
This is so silly. It's a golden brownie and some clouds in the sky, and I did not come up with this. I saw someone on TikTok do it, but yeah, I just thought I had to recreate it because I love cosmic brownies. They're like one of my favorite desserts to have. So yeah, that's my thing that I did. Playground is a little outdated, but some of us can still have fun no matter where we are. Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo! Why did the chicken cross the road? Because I always feel like somebody's watching me. I ain't got no privacy. Whoa. Okay, I'm done now. Back to your regularly scheduled program. I like Dr. Pepper. Alright, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
you.
What's my new name?
Umbrella scene.
What?
We got ourselves a rager.
And we're gonna make some s'mores.
So we have some new marshmallows. These are called Smashmallows. They supposedly taste like, well, these ones taste like cookie dough. Really exciting to try out. I haven't tried any cookie dough marshmallows, so that's gonna be fun to try out on s'mores. I have the hiccups, but yeah, that's exciting. Hey Wilders! Now we're going to play some Skit Bow outside. We only did this like maybe once or twice before, so this is exciting. It's also nice weather, it's not too cold, which is new.
Jack's gonna win, he always wins.
Yeah.
It used to be Mom.
Anyways, yeah. I think Jack is gonna win.
I saw that.
So yeah. We'll get some footage on that and then we'll update you on who won. Guess who's winning? Me.
So far.
My days are
So a
over.
lot of game left. A lot of game left.
My winning days are over.
Yup.
There you go.
Skip nine.
What?
So hey Wilders. Turns out that Dad actually won, which is interesting. Apparently we didn't see him empty out his hands twice, and then he also got rid of his pile. I was six cards away. That was close. I would have won, but then Dad won, so there's that. But yeah, that's who won.
What?
Kind of
That's
sus
Mom.
though.
That's
Kind of
Mom.
sus though.
I'm
Kinda
still-
sus.
I'm still not. There it is.
There he is. There's our winner.
I heard
You
like
did good.
I have like 22 left.
Game. We love Skit Bow. It's our favorite.
They can't hear you. We love Skit Bow. It's a very fun game. You should get it. You should check it out. Link in the description.
Hey Wilders, we are here on our last day at Timberlake Campground.
Our only day.
Our only day, yeah. So we weren't going to camp this weekend because there was severe weather, and that did come through Friday night. But Saturday was gorgeous, and it was just one of those times that it's April, it's spring weather, perfect camping weather, and we just could not camp. So we came to the only place we could find an opening, which is only 11 miles from our house, and we literally got the last spot they had.
It's not a will call, but
First come, first
serve.
And Jason called them that morning and they said, yeah, you can come at 3. You can ride through and find an open spot. So we did that. We got here at 3.
We made 4 loops. Well, I stopped at the station and the guy says, well, we're doing a drive-through right now to see what sites are available. And he says, you're welcome to drive through. If you find a spot, just let us know. And so we drove around. We drove around again, drove around again, saw somebody hooking up or actually taking pictures and looked like their site was packed up. And so we kind of lingered around that last loop we drove around and decided to try to see if it would come available, and it did. And we backed in, got set up, and let them know.
And so it's not a great spot. The water pressure is very bad.
It's almost zero. I had to fill the fresh tank. We tried to do it with just the regular hookup and just decided to just run off our water pump internal. And so it seemed like it took an hour to fill up the fresh tank, and that's tough. But I mean, what else are you gonna do? We just hooked it up and started setting up the rest of the camp.
The site is very unlevel. You can talk about what you did to fix that.
We got a, gosh, I don't even know what to call it. It's a side leveler where you drive forward and pull backwards, drive forward and back up. Either way, you back up and it arcs and rocks and lifts up as it goes forward or backward, and then you put the other chock it up, and it worked great, really well.
And so when he backs up, he has me watch the leveler and let him know. Is that what it's called, a leveler?
Yeah, it's just a bubble level.
I watch the bubble level, and I tell him when it's in the middle. And I mean, it took us one try and one time, and it worked. So I really like that. He really likes it. And we'll have a link in the description of where we got it, one of our affiliate links. So, but anyway, the site is small. But you know, it's the only one. And honestly, like, you know, I don't think you're always going to find your favorite campground,
especially when it's the last
campsite.
one.
But with the weather we were having, it was worth it. We took a risk, and even though this isn't our favorite campground by any means, probably like our least favorite we've ever stayed at, we're still camping. We're with our family. We feel safe, and we're having fun. It's gorgeous weather. And you know, it is a pretty campground. The trees are gorgeous. You're right on the reservoir, which is our big, huge body of water right here in the greater Jackson area. It's famous for fishing, boating, sailboats.
Yeah, Jack and I got to go fishing this morning and saw some guys with a huge catfish coming in. They brought in from their boat.
Yeah, and you know, if you love to fish at the reservoir, then I can understand why this would be a campground that you would love, because almost every camper has a boat with them, has a fishing boat with them, and it looks like they're really enjoying having a place where they can camp and fish. And most of their boats are just docked right along the water here. So you know, if that's your thing, then I can see this is great. But for us, we're more of like, you know, the sites are just really close. And you know, last night there was a lot of loud music being played, which that doesn't bother us, because once we go inside our camper, our AC's on, we can't hear anything. It doesn't bother us, but you know, that bothers some people. So there was a lot of loud music being played, like, you know, till 11, 12 o'clock. But again, we don't mind. We sat outside. It was such a nice night. Played cards. Jason and I had a romantic little slow dance because our neighbors were playing some really loud music. So we were like, we might as well just dance to it.
I think it was Conway Twitty too. I mean, it was
old school country. It was a slow song, and I was like, hey, let's just utilize this moment and have a little sweet dance, and it was fun. So it was a good memory. And Lucy was getting it on camera. So anyway, we've laughed a lot. This is not our normal camping experience, but it's been fun. We've ridden bikes. There's just a lot of traffic, a lot of in and out traffic. So, you know, we had to be really careful with the kids and riding bikes. And anyway, but there's you know, we got out and we were camping, and that's what's important. We're having fun. It was just a one night camp, and you know, it was worth it.
It's good. It's what 100 sites seems like, or there's monthly rentals, and there's not much shade on that side. A lot of shade in the nightly rentals. The monthly rentals have more of a lakefront or reservoir front property.
Yeah, the monthly rentals, that, you know, they back up into the water, and it is really pretty, but there are no trees. But you're right on the water. We saw an incredible sunset yesterday. Right. We enjoyed that. The kids were playing, and Jason and I went down to watch the sunset over the water, and you just can't beat a good sunset over any body of water.
A lot of people on the boats were enjoying it too, enjoying the sunset.
So overall, it's been fun. Would I camp here again? Probably not, unless it was, you know.
I don't know if there's an unless.
Yeah, probably would not camp here again. But we did it.
Just looking around at the other sites, our site, the pad is in shambles. To get back far enough to where your vehicle's not sticking out the front, ours is busted. Our sewer line has no cap, has no thread on it. Man, I just bought a silicone hose attachment to where we'd been to a campsite before, where actually you screw your sewer attachment into the inlet, and I couldn't get it to set right, and I didn't want to strip the threads on it, and so I found the silicone adapter where it just fits snug on both of them, and luckily we did that because there was no cap on ours. We talked about the water earlier. Our faucet was laid over. The camper next to us, his is laid over, and he he saw us setting up, and we just got these new leveler blocks, and he saw how far our cedar jacks were sticking up, and he says, "I've got some extra blocks if you need them." I said, "Brother, thank you, man. I think we're all right though." I'm looking at these other campsites. Ours is not the only one with level issues. The camper next to us, his tongue's almost on the ground, and his scissor jacks in the back are about as far up as they can go. We did have fun here though. We found some worms to go fishing, and
He's eating my lap.
howdy Jack.
He's eating Oreo cookies and he's got Oreos on him.
He's been bike riding and got to replenish that energy.
So tell us about what you think about this campsite. You can be honest.
I mean, it's pretty beautiful. Just the site we had to pick wasn't that good.
True. But have you had fun anyway?
Mm-hmm.
What have you had fun doing?
Riding bikes
Yeah.
and also going to the playground.
Is the playground a good playground?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very outdated, but my kids still had fun. And that's what I love about these kids. We've always tried to teach them just to find joy in the journey and find adventure in every day. And I'm thankful for that because, you know, that's how it is. You go to a campground and it's not great, but you can still have fun and find adventure. And it doesn't have to be spectacular as long as you're together and doing fun things, the things you enjoy. And this boy got to go fishing. Did you catch anything? No.
Caught a hard time.
But he's been hunting for worms. He knows how to do that and find worms and pick them up, put them in the bucket. So, but it's been fun.
Hey Wilders, so we are back from our trip and the pizza just came in. It smells so delicious. But Jack usually gets the cheese pizza. It's the pan pizza. Me and Mom split the everything pizza. It's pan pizza, and then Dad gets the pepperoni and cheese thin pizza. So yeah.